That's Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Msbg Community Theater's production of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. I would like to have all of you turn off your cell phones and or pagers or beepers. Probably people probably don't carry those anymore. But any device that makes any noise of any kind. I would also like to mention that recording of the performance is strictly prohibited. We would all get in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble. Exits in case we start a fire. We won't start a fire, but in case we start a fire, the exits are right down this center aisle here, and to your right over here. At this time, I'd like to thank a few people. First and foremost, the Balm Opera House Board for allowing us the use of their facility, and also for working with us to secure the 3 dates that we needed for this show. The Playhouse South Board, who let us use their props and flats, and most of the props that you're going to see actually tonight are donations of theirs. I'd like to thank my fantastic cast and crew, including our stagehands, our sound and lights up in the back, Dakota Rose, and my wonderful stage manager, Donna. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, Ron's Pizza, 2nd Street Cafe for donating the delicious cookies that we have in the back, Skippy and Kelly at Star City Cafe, Old Time Meals, Chris Newman, who is our set designer. He did all of the set design and painting that you see here. We all helped. They'll get mad at me. We all helped, but it's Chris Newman's doing. Parkview Methodist Church for letting us use their church as a rehearsal space, and to all of the shops and businesses that let us put flyers in their storefronts. I'd also like to thank Jordan Duvall, because if not for Jordan, I don't think that this would have been anything more than an idea in my head and a post on Facebook. So he gets a lot of the credit for making this actually happen. That is all. I only wrote on the first page. It was a joke. So without any further ado, I give you Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None.
First lot to be ridden by Joe's boat, and no one not far behind.
Good evening, Fred.
Good evening, Miss Rogers.
Is it the boat?
Why, yes.
Dear, already. Have you remembered everything?
Well, I believe so. Lemons, slip soles, cream, eggs, tomatoes, and butter.
Yes, that's right. So much to do, and I don't know where to start. No maids till morning, and all these guests arriving today.
Oh, come off it, Turtle. Everything's ship-shape now. Looks nice, don't it, Fred?
Oh, looks quite nice. Kind of bad, but rich folks like these places, bad it seems.
Which folk is queer.
And here's a clear sort of gentleman as well this place. Spent a whip loud money on it, and then up and sold it.
Beats me where the Owens wanted to buy it, living on an island.
Now, take all this stuff onto the kitchen. The guests will be here any minute now.
Making a steep climb an excuse for a drink, I suppose. Some others I know.
That'd be young Jim. I'll be taking my leave now. 2 more drinks then, and be arriving by car.
I need 5 loaves in the morning and 8 pints of milk, remember?
Right. And don't forget the oil for the engine tomorrow. I have to charge up or I'll have the light running down.
As well as caught up on railway, but I'll get through your day.
Oh, and give me home with the luggage, will you?
Right.
Thank you.
I want to give you a list of guests, Tom.
Oh, thank you, old girl. Doesn't look a very classy lot to me. Miss Claythorne, she'll probably be the secretary.
Don't hold much with secretaries, worse than hospital nurses, giving themselves airs of graces and looking down on their servants.
Oh, stop grousing, Ethel, and cut along with that lovely up-to-date expensive kitchen of yours.
Any newfangled gadgets for my fancy.
So this is it.
How perfectly lovely.
Miss Claythorne?
You're Rogers.
Yes, good evening, miss.
Good evening, Rogers. Will you bring up my luggage and Captain Lombard?
Right.
You've been here before.
No, but I've heard a lot about the place.
From Mr. and Mrs. Owen?
No, of old pal of mine, Johnny Brewer. He built the place. It's a sad and poignant story.
A love story.
The saddest of all. Old Johnny fell in love with the famous Lily Logan. Married her, bought the island, and built a place for her.
Sounds most most romantic.
Poor Johnny. He thought by cutting off from the rest of the land, without even a telephone as means of communication, he could hold her.
But of course, the fair Lily tired of her ivory tower and escaped.
Yes, Johnny went back to Wall Street, made a few more millions, and the place was sold.
And here we are. Well, I'll find Mrs. Owen. The others will be down in a moment.
It would be very rude to leave me here all by myself.
Would it? Well, I wonder where she is.
Oh, she'll be coming along when she's ready. While we're waiting, do you think I could have a drink? I'm very dry.
Of course you could.
It's very warm up the steep climb. What's yours?
Oh, no thanks. Not for me, not on duty.
Oh, a good secretary's never off duty.
Really. This is exciting.
Was.
All of this. The smell of the sea, the gulls, this lovely house. I'm going to enjoy myself.
I think you are. I think we both are. Here's to you. You're very lovely.
Oh, where's Mrs. Owen?
Mr. and Mrs. Owen have been detained in London and won't be down until tomorrow, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, miss, I thought you knew.
Well, tomorrow, but...
Well, I have a list here of guests expected if you would like to have it.
Thank you. Awful. I say you will be sweet and help me, won't you?
I won't move from your side.
Seems silly to have brought only us down the first boat and all the rest in the second.
That, I'm afraid, was design, not accident.
Well, design, what do you mean?
I simply suggested to the boatmen that there was no need to wait for any more passengers. That and 5 shillings soon started up the engine.
Well, you shouldn't have done that.
Well, they're not a very exciting lot, are they?
I thought that young man was rather nice looking.
Callow, definitely callow, and very, very young.
I suppose you think a man in his 30s is more attractive?
I don't think, my darling. I know. Wizard, place you got here.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Owen's secretary. Mrs. Owen has been detained in London, I'm afraid. She won't be down till tomorrow.
Oh, too bad.
May I introduce Captain Lombard, Mr.
Marston, Anthony Marston.
How do you do? Have a drink.
Oh, thank you.
A whiskey.
Sounds good. Oh, how are you? Davis. Davis is the name.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Owen's secretary. Mrs. Owen has been detained in London, I'm afraid. She won't be down till tomorrow.
Say when.
Oh, wizard. Oh, how are you?
How are you? My name's Lombard, Mr.
Davis. Davis is the name.
Have a drink.
Yes.
Mr. Davis, Mr. Marston.
How are you, Mr. Marston? Pleased to meet you. And thanks, Mr. Lombard. I don't mind if I do. Bit of a stiff climb up here. But phew. What's a view and what's a height? Reminds me of South Africa, this place.
Does it? What part?
Oh, Natal, Durban, you know.
Really?
Well, here's the temperance. Do you know South Africa?
Me? No.
No. Finest country in the world, sir. Gold, silver, diamonds, oranges, everything a man could want. Talk about it then flowing with beer and skittles.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Owen's secretary. Mrs. Owen has been detained in London, I'm afraid. She won't be down till tomorrow. And may I introduce Captain Lombard, Mr. Marston, and Mr.
Davis. Davis is the name.
Whiskey and soda, sir.
Thanks, yes. You in the service?
Formerly in the King's African Rifles. It was too tame for me in the peace times. I chucked it.
When?
Where is Mrs. Owen? Hello, Miss Brent, isn't it? I'm Mrs. Owen's secretary. Mrs. Owen has been detained in London, I'm afraid. She won't be down till tomorrow.
Indeed, extraordinary. Just missed the train.
Well, I should expect so. Won't you have something? Well, may I introduce Captain Lombard, Mr. Marston, and General Mackenzie, I believe you met on the boat, and Mr.
Davis. Davis is the name. May I take your case, ma'am?
Do let me get you something to drink. A glass of sherry, a dry martini.
I never touch alcohol.
No, you never touched alcohol.
I suppose you know, young man, you left us standing there on the wall.
Oh, I'm afraid, Mrs. Brent, that was my fault. You see, I wanted to come up here
It
and...
seems to be most extraordinary that Miss Owen should not be here to receive her guests.
Perhaps she's just the kind of person who can't have missing trains.
That's what I reckon she is.
Not at all. Miss Owen isn't the least like that.
Maybe it was her husband's fault.
She hasn't got a husband. I should like to go to my room.
Of course, I'll take you there.
Mrs. Rogers is upstairs. She will show you the room.
I'm afraid our host and hostess haven't arrived yet, sir. My name's Lombard, Mr.
Walgrave, how do you do?
How do you do? Have a drink.
Yes, whiskey, please.
Davis. Davis is the name. I say, wonderful place you have here. Quite unique.
As you say, quite unique.
Your drink, sir.
Oh, Badge of Berkeley roll up yet? I'm sorry, what did you say?
Badge of Berkeley. You wrote me in?
I don't think he is. Nobody in the name Berkeley.
That dirty old double-crosser. He's let me down. Well, I say, pretty Pretty Wizard Island. Rather a wizard girl than secretary. She got to liven things up a bit. I say, oh man, how about just for dinner this time?
Let's go and explore.
Oh, wizard.
Things are a bit 6 and 7 without Owen showing off.
Tricky, what? I say, what's the place for a holiday, yeah?
Aren't you going to sit down?
Well, I don't mean to be rude, but you seem to be in my chair.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hadn't realized you were one of the family.
It's not that exactly. You see, I live in the Benton Club in Hartford for the past 10 years, and my chair is just about there. Can't get used to sitting on that anywhere else.
Yes, it becomes a bit of a habit.
Thank you. It's not quite as good as...
Sir?
Is Lady Constance Cormington expected here, can you tell me?
Lady Constance Cormington? I don't think so, sir. But she's coming down to Mr. and Mrs. Owen.
Oh,
Can I have your keys, sir?
Oh, no, thank you. I'll unpack for myself.
Well, dinner's at 8 o'clock, sir. In a quarter of an hour. I think tonight dressing will be optional. Shall I show you to your room?
Please.
Right this way.
I'll Rogers for you.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, how are you? Davis. Davis is the name.
Mine's Armstrong.
Dr. Armstrong.
Yes.
Thought so. Never forget to face.
Don't tell me I've forgotten one of my patients.
Oh, no, nothing like that. But once I saw you in courts giving expert evidence.
Oh, really? Are you interested in law?
Well, I'm from South Africa. Naturally, legal process in this country are bound to interest the colonial.
Oh, yes, of course.
What's about to drink?
No, thank you. I never touch it.
Oh, well, do you mind? Mine's some Chianti.
Not a bit.
I've been having a look around this island. Wonderful place, isn't it?
Wonderful. I thought as I was coming across the mainland, what a haven of peace it was.
Too peaceful for some, I dare say.
Wonderfully restful. Wonderful for the nerves. I'm a nerve specialist, you know.
Yes, I know. Did you come down by train?
No, I motored. Dropped in on a patient on the way. Great improvement. Wonderful response.
Best part to 200 miles, isn't it? How long did it take you?
Oh, I didn't hurry. I never hurry. Bad for the nerves. Some mannerless young fellow nearly drove me into a ditch near Msbg. Shot past me about 80 miles per hour. Disgraceful driving. I'd like to have had his number.
Yes, and if only more people would take the numbers of these young road hogs.
Yes. You must excuse me. I must have a word with Mr. Owen.
But Mr. Owen isn't coming down tonight. I suppose I'll just go to my room. Rogers! Rogers! Rogers!
Sir?
Yes, take my bag, will you? What's our supper?
Dinner's at 8 o'clock, sir.
Oh, got to go to place, yeah?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Been here long?
Just under a week, sir, my wife and I.
Oh, so don't suppose you know much about the Scotlands here?
No, sir.
Old friends of the family?
I really couldn't say, sir.
Oh, Rogers?
Yes, sir.
Rogers, do you think you put a bottle of beer and some sandwiches in my room tonight? I have an appetite with this sea air.
I suppose I can see what I can do, sir.
Rogers, I'll see that you won't lose by it. Where's my room?
Suppose I can show you, sir.
Good, I can do with a wash and a brush up straight away.
Really, these dirty glasses. This is not my job to cook. Where's Rogers? Oh, there you are, Rogers. You want to give me a hand with these dirty glasses? You're always leaving the dirty work for me. Here I am with a four-course dinner in my hands and no one to help me. You ought to give me a hand with the dishing up. Who was that you were talking to, by the way?
David, South African gentleman. No class, if you ask me, and no money either.
Well, I don't like him. Don't like any of them much. Like the bunch we had at the boarding house, I'd say.
David skips off he's a millionaire or something, but you should see his underwear. Cheap as they make them.
Well, as I said, it's not treating us right. All these visitors arriving today and the maid's not coming till tomorrow. What do they think we are?
Now then, anyway, the money's good.
So it ought to be. Catch me going into service again, unless the money was good.
Well, it is good, so what are you going on about?
Well, I'll tell you this, Rogers. I'm not staying any place where I'm put upon. Cooking is my business. I'm a good cook.
First rate, old girl.
But the kitchen's my place and housework none of my business. All these guests, I have a good mind to put my hat and coat on and walk out now and go straight back to Plymouth.
Well, you can't do that, old girl.
Who says I can't? Why not, I should like to
Because you're
know.
on an island. You've forgotten that?
Yes, I don't know as I fancy being on an island.
But no, that I do either, no. Slipping out of the pub or going to the pictures. Oh well, it's double wages on account of the difficulties. There's plenty of beer in the house.
So you ever think about beer?
Now, get back to the kitchen and your dinner will be spoiled. I love you.
Be spoiled anyway, I expect. Wasted on them anyway. Thank goodness it didn't make us FIFA. Dinner won't be a minute, it's just a question of dishing up.
Is everything all right, Rogers? Can you manage between the two of you?
Yes, the missus talks a lot, but she gets it done.
What a lovely evening.
Yes, indeed, the weather seems very settled.
How plainly one can hear the sea.
A pleasant sound.
Not a breath of wind. Not at all like England.
I thought you might feel a little uncomfortable in that dress.
No.
It's rather tight, isn't it?
Well, I don't think so.
Well, you'll excuse me, my dear, but you're younger and you've got your living to earn.
Yes.
A well-bred woman doesn't like a secretary to appear flashy. It seems, you know, as though you're trying to attract the attention of the opposite sex.
Would you say that I do attract them?
That's besides the point. A girl who deliberately sets out to get the attention of men won't be likely to keep a job long.
And surely that depends on who she's working for.
Really, Miss Claythorne?
Aren't you being a little unkind?
Young people nowadays behave most disgusting.
Disgusting?
Yes. Low-backed evening dresses laying half-naked on beaches. All this so-called sunbathing, an excuse for immodest conduct, nothing more. Familiarity. Christian names, drinking cocktails. And look at the young men nowadays. Decadent. Look at that young Marston. What good is he? And that Captain Lombard.
What do you object to Captain Lombard? I should say that he is a man who's led a varied and interesting life.
The man's an adventurer. All this younger generation is no good. No good at all.
You don't like youth, I see.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. I was just remarking that you don't like young people.
And is there any reason why I should pray?
Oh, no. Seems to me that you must miss out on a lot.
You're very impertinent.
It's just what I think.
The world will never improve until we stamp out immodesty.
Quite pathological.
What did you say?
Nothing.
What about the old boy?
Looks a bit like a tortoise, don't you think?
Come on, judges just look like tortoises. They have that villainous way of dotting their heads in and out. No, Justice Wargrave is no exception.
Hadn't realized he was a judge.
Oh, yes. He's probably been responsible for sending more people to their grave than anybody in England. Oh, hello, you. Do you two know each other? Dr. Armstrong, Miss Claythorne. Me and the doctor had just decided that.
Yes, I heard you, and I think so did he.
Oh, Sir Lawrence.
Miss Brent, isn't it?
There's something I want to ask you. Will you come out here?
A remarkably fine night.
It's an absolutely wizard car, a supercharged sports Mulati car lots. You don't see many of them on the road. I can get over 100 after.
Did you come down from London?
Yes, 208 miles. I did it about 4 hours. Too many cars on the road to keep it up though. Touch 90 going over Salisbury Plain, not too bad, eh?
I think you passed me on the road.
Oh yes?
You nearly drove me into a ditch.
Did I? Sorry.
If I'd have seen your number, I'd have reported
But you were fooling along in the middle of the road, yeah?
Fiddling. Me. Fiddling.
Ooh, what's about a drink?
Good idea. We have one, Miss Claythorne.
No, thank you.
Good evening, Mrs. Owen.
My Mrs. Owen.
Oh, you make the most lovely business wife for any wealthy. You make the most lovely wife for any wealthy businessman.
Do you always flirt so outrageously?
Always.
Well, there we go.
I say, what is old Miss Brent talking to the judge about? She nearly tried to buttonhole him upstairs.
I don't know. Funny. She seemed so definite that there wasn't a Mr. Owen.
You don't think that they aren't really, that they aren't.
What? Married, you mean?
It's a damn shame we didn't know each other. I could have given you a lift down.
Yes, that would have been grand.
I'd like to show you what I can do across Salisbury Plain. Tell you what, maybe we can drive back together. But it seems damn silly, I've got an empty car.
Yes, but she likes the way she's going back already, and...
Oh, look, aren't they sweet?
What?
With those 10 little wooden soldier boys in the old nursery rhyme.
What soldier boys and what nursery rhyme?
10 little soldier boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9. 9 little soldier boys sat up very late. One of us left himself, and then there were 8.
8 little soldier boys traveling in Devon. One got left behind, and then there were 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, silence please. You're charged with these indictments. That you did respectively and at diverse times commit the following. Edward Armstrong, that you did cause the death of Louisa Mary Cleves. William Henry Bloor, that you brought about the death of James Stephen Landor. Emily Caroline Brent, that you were responsible for the death of Beatrice Taylor. Vera Elizabeth Claythorne, that you killed Peter Ogilvy Hamilton. Philip Lombard, that you were guilty of the deaths of 21 men, members of an East African tribe. John Gordon Mackenzie, that you sent your wife's lover, Arthur Richmond, to his death. Anthony James Marston, that you were guilty of the murder of John and Lucy Combs. Thomas Rogers and Ethel Rogers, that you brought about the death of Jennifer Brady. Lawrence John Wargrave, that you were guilty of the murder of Edward Seaton. Prisoners at the bar, have you anything to say in your defense?
It's all right. She's faded us all. She'll be around in a minute. Get some brandy.
Rogers, get some brandy.
Who was that speaking? Sounded awful.
And where the devil did that voice come from? Oh, here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, silence,
Sounds
please.
awful! A disgraceful, harmless, practical joke.
So you think it's a joke, do
What
you?
else could it be?
At the moment, I'm not prepared to give an opinion.
But who the devil turned it on though? Who said it going?
We must inquire into that.
Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me.
Lamisa, if I speak to her, it's going to be all right, Ethel. All right, do you hear me? Pull yourself together.
It's all right, Mr. Rogers. Just a nasty turn.
Did I faint, sir?
Yes.
Gosh, that voice, that awful voice, like judgment.
Where's the brandy?
Drink this, Miss Rogers.
I'm all right now. Just give me a turn.
How wicked wise it was. Ooh, I'd like to know.
Who was it put that record on the gramophone, Rogers? Was it you?
I was only following orders, sir.
Whose orders?
Mr. Owens.
Let me get this quite clear. Mr. Owen's orders were what exactly?
I was to find the record in the study in the drawer. To start with that one. I thought it was just to give you all some music.
A very remarkable story.
It's the truth, sir, before heaven, it's the truth, I swear it! Had a name on it. Thought it was just to give you all some music.
Is there a title, Captain Lombard?
A title? Yes. It's entitled Swan Song.
The whole thing's preposterous. Slinging accusations about like this. Something must be done about it. And this fellow Owen, whoever he is.
That's just it. Who is he?
That is what we must go into very carefully. I should suggest you get your wife to bed, Rogers, then come back here.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a hand.
Thank you.
She's going to be all right, Arthur. Yes, quite all right.
Don't know about you, sir, but I feel I need another drink.
I agree.
I'll get them.
The whole thing's preposterous. Preposterous.
I should like a glass of water, please.
Of course, I'll get it. Do some whiskey myself. She'll be all right. I've given her a sedative.
You want a drink after all this?
No, thank you. I never touch it.
So you say. You'll have this one, General.
Thank you.
Ah, now then, Rogers. We must get to the bottom of this. I want you to tell us everything you know about Mr. Owen.
He owns this place, sir.
I am aware of that fact. What I want you to tell us is what you yourself know about the man.
Well, I really couldn't say, sir. You see, I've never even seen him.
What do you mean you've never seen him?
I mean, we were engaged by letter through the registry office, my wife and I, to Regina in Plymouth.
That's a high-class fund. We can check on that.
Have you got that letter, Rogers?
So letter engaging us? Yes, sir.
Go on with your story.
We received a letter to post up here. It gave the instructions about dinner and the gramophone record. We were to prepare the house for a house party, 8. And we also received another letter about the gramophone record. It gave detailed instructions about dinner and to put the record on.
Do you have that letter?
Yes, sir.
At a Ritz Hotel in Tybriton.
Let me see that. Correlation machine number 5, quite near note effects, in sandpaper most common made. We shan't give our child this. We may try the fingerprints, but it's been handled too much.
Quite the little detective.
Got some fancy Christian names, hasn't he? Ulrich, Norman, Owen. Quite a mouthful.
I'm obliged to you, Mr. Marston. You have drawn my attention to a curious and suggestive point. I think the time has come for all of us to pool our information. It will be well for anyone to come forward with any information they have regarding our unknown host. We are all his guests. I think it will be profitable if each of us were to explain exactly how that came about.
There's something very peculiar about all of this. I received a letter with a signature that was not very easy to read. It purported to be from a woman whom I met at a certain summer resort 2 or 3 years ago. I took the name you owed it. I'm quite certain I've never met or become familiar with anyone of the name Owen.
Have you got that letter, Miss Brent?
Yes, I will fetch it for you.
Miss Claythorne?
I wanted a holiday post. I applied to a secretarial agency, Miss Grenfell's in London. Was offered this post and accepted.
You were never interviewed by your prospective employer?
No. This is the letter.
Indian Island, Sticklehaven, Devon. I have received your name from Miss Grenfell's in London. I understand she knows you personally. I shall be glad to pay you the salary you ask and shall expect you to take up your duties on August 8th. The train is the 12:10 from Paddington, and you will be met at Oakbridge Station. I enclose £5 for expenses. Yours truly, Una Nancy Owen. Mr. Marston?
Don't actually know the Owens. I got a wire from a pal of mine, badge and birthday. Told me it will appear. Surprised me a bit because I did a whole horse to go to Norway. Haven't got the wire.
Dr. Armstrong?
In the circumstances, I think I admittedly admit my visit here was professional. Mr. Owen wrote that he was worried about his wife's health. Her nerves, to be precise. He wanted a report without her being alarmed. He therefore suggested my visit here be regarded as that of an ordinary guest.
You had no previous acquaintance with the family,
No.
and yet you had no hesitation in obeying the summons.
A colleague of mine was mentioned, and a very handsome fee was suggested. I was due for a holiday anyway.
Thank you, Miss Brent. Dear Miss Brent, I do hope you remember me. We were together at Belhaven Guest House in August some years ago, and we seemed to have so much in common. I'm starting a guest house of my own, on an island off the coast of Devon. I think there is an opening for a place where there is good plain English cooking and a nice old-fashioned type of person. None of this nudity and gramophones half the night. I shall be very glad if you could see your way to spending your summer holiday on Soldier Island, as my guest, of course. I suggest August 8th, 12:40 from Paddington to Oakbridge. Yours sincerely, UN. Yes, the signature is slightly ambiguous.
Well, I do like the nudity touch.
Here is my own decoy letter from an old acquaintance of mine, Lady Constance Cormington. She writes in her usual vague, incoherent way, urges me to join her here, and refers to her host and hostess only in the vaguest of terms.
You know, I've just noticed something.
In a minute. We will take one thing at a time, if you don't mind, Captain Lombard. General Mackenzie.
Yes. I got a letter from this fellow Owen. Thought I must have met him sometime at the Benton Club. I've lived there for the past 10 years, you see. Anyway, he mentioned some old cronies of mine said to be here. Hope that excused informal invitation. It's been a while since I've had an invitation like that. Haven't kept the letter, I'm afraid.
Thank you. And you, Captain Lombard.
Same sort of thing. A letter mentioning mutual friends. I haven't kept the letter either.
Just now, we had a somewhat disturbing experience. An apparently disembodied voice spoke to us all by name, uttering certain definite accusations against us. We will deal with those accusations presently. At the moment, however, I am interested in a minor point. Amongst the names mentioned was that of William Henry Law. But as far as we know, there was no one named Law amongst us. The name of Davis was not mentioned. What have you to say about that, Mr. Davis?
Cat's up to the bag, it seems. I suppose my name isn't Davis.
You are William Henry Law.
That's right.
And I'll add something to that. Not only are you here under a false name, I've noticed tonight that you are a first-class liar. You say you come from a tall South Africa. I know Natal and South Africa very well. I'm prepared to say that you never set foot there in your life.
You gentlemen have got me all wrong. I'm an ex-CID man.
Oh, a cop.
I've got my credentials and I can prove it. I've run a detective agency in Plymouth. I was put out onto this job.
By whom?
By Mr. Owen. Sent a very nice money order for expenses and said I was to join the house party posing as a guest. I also sent a list of all your names and said I was to keep an eye on what's wrong with you.
Any reason given?
Said Mr. Owen had some valuable jewels of some sort. Miss Owen, my foot, I don't believe there's such a person.
Your conclusions are, I think, justified. Ulick Norman Owen, Una Nancy Owen, each time that is to say UN Owen, or, by a slight stretch of fancy, unknown.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Mad.
Oh yes, there is no doubt in my own mind that we've been invited here by a madman, probably a dangerous homicidal lunatic.
Oh my God.
Whoever it is who has enticed us here has taken the trouble to find out a great deal about us. A very great deal. And out of his knowledge concerning us, he has made certain definite accusations against us.
It's all very to make accusations.
I wish to say this. Our unknown friend accuses me of the murder of one Edward Seaton. I remember Seaton perfectly well. He came before me for trial in June of 1930, charged with the murder of an elderly woman. He was very ably defended and made a good impression on the jury in the witness box. Nevertheless, on the evidence, he was certainly guilty. I summed up accordingly, and the jury brought in a verdict of guilty. In passing sentence of death, I fully concurred with this verdict. The appeal was lodged on the grounds of misdirection. The appeal was dismissed and the man was duly executed. I wish to say before you all that my conscience is perfectly clear on the matter. I did my duty and nothing more. I passed sentence on a rightly convicted murderer.
Did you know Seaton at all? I mean, personally.
I knew nothing of Seaton previous to the trial.
Oh, that's lying. I swear he's lying.
Fellow's madman. Absolute madman. Got a penis bonnet. Got hold of the wrong end of the stick all round. I say this to leave these sort of things unanswered. And also must say, no truth whatsoever on what he said about young Walter Richmond. He was one of my men, and I sent him on reconnaissance in 1917, and he was killed. And I also like to say, resigns very much, slow on my wife. Best woman in the world. Absolutely Caesar's wife.
I've just been thinking. John and Lucy Combs. Must have been the couple of kids I ran over near Cambridge. Beastly bad luck.
For them or for you?
Well, I was thinking, for me. But of course you're right, sir. It was damn bad luck for them, too. Of course, it was pure accident. They rushed out some cottage or other, and my license suspended for a year. Beastly nuisance.
This speeding is all wrong, all wrong. Young men like you are a danger to the community.
It couldn't be helped. It was just an accident.
Might I say a word, sir?
Go ahead, Rogers.
There was a mention of my wife and I, and of Miss Jennifer Brady. There isn't a word of truth in it. There was a storm the night she died. The telephone was out of order. Went for the doctor on foot, but he couldn't make it in time. She was always in poor health, always from the time that she came to us. Devoted to her we would, and everything possible for her we did. Anyone will tell you the same.
Came into a nice little something out of death, I suppose, didn't you?
Miss Jennifer Brady left us a legacy in recognition of our faithful services. And why not, I'd like to know?
And what about you, Glor?
What's about me?
Well, your name was on the list.
I know. London, you mean. It was the London and Commercial Bank robbery.
I remember that name, though it didn't come before me. Landau was convicted on your evidence. You were the police officer in charge of the case.
Yes, I was, my lord.
Landau got penal servitude for life and died in Dartmoor a year later. He was a delicate man.
He was a crook. It was him who put the night watchman out. The case was clear from the start.
You were complimented, I think, on your able handling of the case.
I got my promotion now. I was only doing my duty.
Proving you were duty. And what about you, Doctor?
I'm at a loss to understand the matter. The name meant nothing to me. What was it? Close? Close? I don't remember having a patient of that name, or it being connected to a death in any way. It's a complete mystery. Of course, it's a long time ago. It might possibly have to do with one of my operation cases in the hospital. They come too late, so many of these people. Then, when the patient dies, always the surgeon's fault.
And then I suppose it's always better to give up surgery than take up nerve cases. Of course, some people do give up drink.
I protest! You have no right to insinuate such things. I never touch alcohol.
Oh, I never suggested you did, my dear fellow. Anyway, Mr. Unknown is the only one who knows all the facts.
Miss Claythorne,
I was a nursery governess to Peter Hamilton. We were in Cornwall for the summer. Some rock that Peter was always wanting to swim out to, and of course I wouldn't let him. It's dangerous. Started off one day when my attention was distracted. Couldn't get there in time.
was there an inquest?
Yes, I was exonerated by the coroner. His mother didn't blame me either.
Thank you. Miss Brent,
I have nothing to say.
nothing.
Nothing.
You reserve your defense.
There is no question of defense. I've always acted according to the dictates of my conscience.
Well, what a law-abiding lot we have here. Myself excepted.
We are waiting for your story, Captain Lombard.
I haven't got a story.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you all, but I plead guilty. Well, it's perfectly true, you know. I did leave those natives in the brush. As a matter of self-preservation.
You abandoned your men.
Not the act of a proper gentleman, if I do say. But man's self-preservation is a man's first duty. And natives don't mind dying, you know. They don't think of it as Europeans do.
Our inquiry will rest there. Now then, Rogers, who else is there on this island besides us and you and your wife?
No one, sir.
No one at all. You're quite sure of that?
Quite sure, sir.
Thank you, Rogers. Don't go yet, Rogers. I'm not yet clear as to the purpose of our unknown host in getting us to assemble here. But in my opinion, he is not sane in the accepted sense of the word. He may be dangerous. I think it would be well for us to leave this place as soon as possible. I suggest we leave tonight.
Yes, that would make a lot of sense.
Pardon me, but there's no boats on the island, sir.
No boat.
Fred and Eric Hall. He comes over every morning. He brings the milk, the bread, the post, and he takes the orders.
Well, then I guess we'll just have to wait till morning.
Obviously. It's the only thing to be done.
It's a bit unsporting, what? We have to try and ferret out the mystery before we go. Whole thing's like a detective story, positively thrilling.
At my time of life, Mr. Marston, I have no desire for thrills.
The legal life is narrowing. I'm for crime. It's to it.
He's dead.
Dead. Do you mean he just choked and died?
Call it choking if you like. He died of asphyxiation, right enough.
No man can die like that. Just a choking fit.
In the middle of life, we are dead.
A man should die of a mere choking fit, General Mackenzie. Marston's death isn't what we call a natural death.
Was there something in the whiskey?
Yes. By the smell of it, cyanide. Probably potassium cyanide. Works pretty well instantaneously.
Well then, he must have put the stuff in there himself.
Suicide, that's a rum go.
You wouldn't think he'd commit suicide. He's so full of life. He's actually enjoying himself.
Look, your little soldiers off the mantelpiece. Broken.